So, what's the big deal about these love languages? Why have I spent a number of videos talking about them? Well, way back to my first video in the series, Love is Not Just a Feeling, I'm trying to get you to understand that there's so much more to love than just the feeling of love. Love needs to be a choice, and that choice has to be based on understanding how your spouse understands love. As long as you keep communicating love based on how you understand it, you can be putting all kinds of effort into it, but it may do absolutely nothing to strengthen your marriage. So, there are three primary reasons why it's important to understand your love language. First, you need to know what your love language is so that you can share that with your spouse so that they understand how you best feel loved. Secondly, you need to understand your spouse's love language so you can better communicate to your spouse in a way they will understand. But thirdly, understanding your spouse's love language is going to also enable you to appreciate efforts they make to communicate love that may not be your language. It's kind of like when you know, let's say, a little bit of Spanish. You can still get the idea that love is being communicated, even if it's not your dominant love language. So, an example of how love languages work. My husband's love language is words of affirmation. He is very big on that. So much so to the point that if I don't notice things he's done or I haven't been affirming him enough, he will ask for it. Honey, did you notice I did whatever? And he wants me to praise him for it because he needs those words of affirmation. Doesn't make sense to me, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. I know that's his love language. Mine is acts of service. So he can tell me he loves me all he wants. He can spend time with me, which is also important to me, but him doing something for me, especially that I can't do for myself, is going to communicate love to me. But knowing his love languages, which are words of affirmation and gifts are next, helps me understand that when he gives me a gift and he puts a lot of thought into gifts, that is his attempt to communicate love, even though gifts are very low if I were to rank order my love languages.